Hey guys, welcome back to the Friday Vlog, where we discuss activity that goes on here with the BuzWeaver channel. We discuss things like current events, headlines that are in the news, social media, technology, and items of interest that come up during the week that I just kind of want to share with you that allows for us to have a little bit of a dialogue. If you're new to the channel or a frequent visitor, I'd like to welcome you guys back and encourage you to click on that watermark down there in the bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. This way you guys will know when the next Friday Vlog is available, along with additional content that's here on the channel. In gaming news this week, I have been alpha testing a game called New World, which is a sandbox MMO with PvP aspects to it. It is a kind of a new discovery exploration type MMO. It takes place during colonial times or in the 1600s, although it is a reimagined world. Now the game is under NDA, so I can't share like any particular video with you of my gameplay, but I will leave links down in the published section for you guys to check out what has been released by some of the fan sites and other game publishing companies, so you guys can kind of see what the game is like and what you can experience. There will be some additional changes and things that are coming up, of course, because it is in alpha, so what you see in the video may not represent what will be in the game at later dates or later times. So as with any other alpha, I'm glad that it is under NDA, unlike, of course, many of you who have been following when we were all participating in H1Z1 Just Survive and so forth. So I'm very encouraged by it, because you probably will recognize the name John Smedley as being one of the developers for this game. So I'm very encouraged, very enthusiastic about it, and I'll leave links for you guys down there in the published section below. On Sunday, May 5th, I came out with a video called The Social Media War. Now, if you have participated here on the channel within the year that we have been developing the Friday Vlog, then you'll probably know many of these particular topics, many of these people's names and events that we have experienced over at least the last 2 to 3 years in the social media field. Now, I'll leave a link up here in the top right-hand corner for you guys to check that out. I would encourage you to take a look at that, because you're going to see more of a little bit more of an in-depth look, although it is a highlighted kind of a cliff note version of what has happened in the last few years, because of course that would be a much longer video. But I wanted to really create it because I've been answering a lot of questions on social media from individuals posting about some of the bans that have recently happened, and even like the tweets from President Trump and the tweets from Donald Trump Jr. and individuals responding to that who aren't really clear as to why these bans happen, and kind of their indifference to individuals who are banned, as though to say, well, you know, there's other ways people can make money, or there's other things people can do. But the reality is, if social media is becoming the public forum, then these companies are basically acting as a monopoly, as a trust, working together to censor individuals or to ban individuals. They're working together as a unit, and these social media platforms are large platforms, and even the US government uses these as a way to inform individuals. It's not the only way they inform people, but some of the arguments that have been made is to suggest, for example, that if someone is banned and they live in a certain region and there's some type of an event happening, an emergency event of some sort, you know, will these people be denied that information where they would typically get that information? Now, that's a very unique situation, but nonetheless, I would encourage you guys to check that video out and get kind of an overview, get kind of the outline of what we have been talking about here on the channel for the last year. This week, I was finally able to get to Season 5 of Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. If you guys aren't familiar with this does take place in the Marvel Universe and does have crossovers into the Avengers, although it's very minimal, but the stories do take place within the Marvel Universe, and there are certain characters within the storyline that do go into the Avengers and are from the Avengers. But nonetheless, essentially it is a group of individuals who help protect the world from threats here, and of course threats coming from other parts of the universe. But I really found it to be a really engaging and incredibly well-written, well-produced, well-acted, overall amazing series, and it has actors in it that I've enjoyed from other television programs like NYPD Blue and ER, for example. Some of the characters that are in this are from those television series that I really enjoyed, that I've always liked. So seeing them in this and working together within this is pretty cool. Now, The characters that I just mentioned there, one of them is one of the original characters from season 1. The other comes in a little bit later, but nonetheless, it's a very, very well done series. Now, I've never really been like a really huge comic book fan. Some of my close friends are, so of course I get to hear about their comic collections and stories and things like that. But I do like well-produced, well done, well written, well acted television series, regardless really of their particular topic, and even the movies. So I have enjoyed them a great deal, but nonetheless, I did get the chance to see Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I will leave a link down in the published section there to Amazon Prime there, since I am an affiliate. You guys can check out season 1 if you haven't, and or any of the additional seasons there that will be available to you when you look up that particular link. But nonetheless, I was pretty excited about it, and the series has been renewed. So we're going to see a season 6 actually coming out in just a couple of days. So I'm looking forward to that. But typically what I do is I wait for the seasons to be over so that I can watch them in sequence. And the thing about it is there's usually about 22 episodes. So if you like getting into a really good story and you want to, kind of see it unfold and develop really well, as opposed to miniseries that we see nowadays that are, sometimes even just 8 episodes in a particular season, or maybe as many as 10. But with these, it's like 22. So it's pretty amazing, pretty exciting, and I got a chance to see it. So really happy about it. Wanted to share that with you as part of the Friday vlog this week. All right, guys, so that's going to wrap up this Friday vlog. I did want to go into a story that the news recently broke, as you guys may have heard, about the events that happened there in Colorado. However, we are still, as mentioned in that video in the social media war, still limited to what we can produce, certain things that we can talk about. Now, I could have at least spoken about it to some extent, but I think I'm going to just wait and just kind of see how that develops. But nonetheless, of course, that took place in Colorado. You guys are probably familiar with what I'm talking about at this point. If not, then I can just leave a little link for you down there in the published section below. But nonetheless, guys, thank you so much for the likes, shares, and comments as we continue to move forward here in the Friday vlog. Your support, of course, is always appreciated. And at this point, I would like to encourage you guys, if you haven't already, to click on that watermark channel icon right there. That would be the channel icon appearing right there on the screen to subscribe, along with clicking that notification bell so you guys will know when the next Friday vlog is available, along with the additional content that's here on the channel. And I will see you guys right there behind the camera next Friday.